How did you get into artist management? How did that come about?
Yeah, so that was a miracle. It was Badu that actually got me onto that. And it happened. So I've always said this year, I would always be grateful for the fact that being kind can get you saying things that you never thought you would get in life. Yeah. Cheers to that, my brother. Cheers to that. So for me and Badu's story was just me doing my job. I was just being kind. I think it was in VIA. I can't categorically remember the club, but it was more hits at the time. They had a concert they were doing, and I was a runner-up at Nigezie. So a runner-up is a guy that brings people for the presenter to interview.
Like a runner, basically.
Yeah, a runner. That's what I wanted to say. I said runner-up, sorry. So then I saw three guys. They were just standing. It was Olamide, Any Money, and Victor. And I went to him. I was like, yo, are you an artist? He said, yeah, I'm an artist. I was like, come do interview. And then he came and they did the interview, and he was like, bro, you work at Nigezie, please let me have your number so that when they're airing it, when they're airing it, I can call you can tell me. And that's how we exchange numbers. And when we got back to the studio, the producer at the time said he couldn't put Badu's part because at the time his face wasn't
really known.
Apart from that, he had pimples and stuff back then. So they were like, oh no, they're trying to get the fresh guy.
He's not fresh.
Yeah, it's not fresh. That was the story. And then 2-3 months down the line, the producer at the time got pregnant, so she went on maternity leave, and Kwame thought the best person to handle the show was me. Now, I had a responsibility I wasn't prepared for, and I didn't have any artist that I was close to.
Right.
And then I remember that Badu had given me his number, so I called him up. I was like, bro, I'm powerful now. I can run I can run shit here. Come through.
Yeah.
You know, he came, and then we did the interview. I aired it, I sent it to him. He liked it. And every opportunity I had, I always invited him, and that's how we became friends. So he would leave studio sometimes. He would just come to meet me at the office. We would chill. I remember when he bought his first car, we learned how to drive together. You know, all those things. We became really close.
There was a bond.
Yeah, there was a bond. And when he became really, really big, boom, Baba just went.
And you were in his corner at the time.
Yeah, I was his corner. So
welcome to another wonderful episode of Echooroom, where conversations echo beyond the surface. Today, I have a wonderful guest on the seat. I'm talking about one of the greatest, the best curators of talent in the industry. I call him one of the biggest gatekeepers in Afrobeat. He's founded one of the biggest Afrobeat artists of the past, I'll say 5 years. Steven, Nana, how you doing, my brother?
My guy.
Good to see you.
My guy.
Good to see you.
I'm supposed to take it to the bank, man.
I mean, come on, man. I mean,
tell them you know who I am.
If you
Do
know,
you know who Teddy A called me? Give me some money. How's it going, my guy?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Sir.
And you?
I'm fantastic, my guy.
I mean, it's great to have you on the show today. I've been trying to get you on the show for quite some time.
I'm sorry about that. But here we are now, you know.
I mean, your business is, one of the most sought after, you're always on the plane, on the PJ here.
Man's trying to feed,
I mean, but you're well fed, bro. Look at you.
Man needs to have this full belly, fam.
But congrats on the wedding, though.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How's life been?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, I've been married 9 years now.
9 years.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been beautiful. It's one of the best decisions I ever made in my life.
Awesome.
I married at the time where there was this social media frenzy wasn't on. There were still good women who kind of loved the people they were in a relationship with, as to billing them and stuff like that. So I'll consider myself one of the luckiest, young guys that got married at the time that I did. And yeah, it's paying off now. Yeah, 3 boys, and it still feels like yesterday.
Awesome. I mean, family is everything.
Bro, it means a lot to me.
Yeah?
It means a lot to me.
How many kids now?
I've got 3 boys.
Boys?
Yeah, that's still I was a good guy.
So which one would they do? Music or football? Which one?
So I really want them to do music, but I want to be the, open dad who allows his kids to,
explore
find their own calling.
But still shift them towards...
Yes, like there's football in the house, there's different things that would, help them stay in that direction. Yeah. But I think right now I'm concentrating more on my first son. Yeah, firstly, I made sure I didn't teach him how to ride bicycle, which really hurt me a lot, but I taught him how to swim. And now he's doing skating class, and after
Nice.
that, I'll take him to boxing. After
Are
boxing,
they based here or?
no, he's based here.
Okay.
Man, it's cheaper to raise them.
It's cheaper to raise them here.
Yes,
In the year, it's not about not having the money, but
Yeah, no,
it's better to be grounded here.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
Also, take us back to where it started out, because you're one of the leaders of the student union in OAU, right?
No, I went to NIG.
NIG, okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
for me, my story was kind of rough. How I
Okay.
came to Lagos was even
Rougher.
Yeah, I came to Lagos in a free bus, Night of Bliss. Back in the day, Christ Embassy, they used to do this convention in Lagos. They called it Night of Bliss, and I was attending Christ Embassy at the time in Warri. And the stories we've heard of Lagos back in the day, I'm talking the 2003, 2004.
Right.
Yeah, the stories we heard is that stars walk on the street, once you're in Lagos,
You
will
pick
make
money
it
on
in
the ground.
Yeah, you get. So I really wanted to come.
Right.
And when I finished secondary school and stuff, the conference was happening, and I begged the pastor. I was like, "Oh, let me just come." I didn't have money because my parents didn't want me to. But I came and I stayed with my sister who was already living in Lagos and all
Right.
that. And yeah, that was how I came to Lagos. And I was staying with my sister at the time, went to school, met some people in church that were into entertainment, and I kind of, started
with
rolling
that,
with
yeah.
them. And then I thought about taking it seriously. I went to Nigerian Institute of Journalism. I was in Uniport for a minute.
Okay.
Stuff happened. Let me take the story back. I grew up in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
My father was in the military. So we stayed in the barrack. As of 1996, 97, 98, in Port Harcourt, it was crazy. If you were not into cultism.
You had to be part of something.
Yeah, it had to be. So that kind of shaped my beginning. I made some bad friends. So when I got
Right.
into school, University of Port Harcourt, we did some things we're not supposed to do. And yeah, my parents had to take me to Warri to calm my head. And when I went to Warri, I found Jesus.
Jesus boy. Let's go.
I wouldn't say I found Jesus. I would say that I felt safe in a community where I didn't have to watch my back.
Right.
Because back then in Port Harcourt, you needed to be active at all times. And, so I was in a place where I didn't have to watch my back. I didn't have to care.
Carry a piece.
Yeah. So that was how I got involved in church, and then church brought me to Lagos,
Right.
and it was different settings. When I came to Lagos, I realized that all the stories I've heard, all the things I thought were happening were not it. And thank goodness I met some friends who were in the media industry. And they said if I really wanted to take it seriously, I have to go to school.
Right.
So I went to NIG, Nigerian Institute of Journalism, and when it was time for me to do my what they call this thing again, I've forgotten. That they say go serve, 3 months and all that.
Like an intern and all that.
Yeah, internship. That's it. And then I went to Nigeria, and that was it. I was working directly under Andre Blaze, and if you knew back then, Andre Blaze was
Andre
the
Blaze,
ish.
yeah.
Nigerian top 100 and all that. And I
He
saw the
became the
lifestyle.
voice of Big Brother.
Yeah. I saw the lifestyle, the debanch coming, the one day calls and all that. And I was like, yo, this is where I'm supposed to be. I never went back to school.
Right.
And
So
that was it for me.
let's move on to, a little later in your life.
Yeah.
How did you get into artist management? How did that come about?
Yeah, so that was a miracle. It was Badu that actually got me onto that. And it happened. So I've always said this year, I would always be grateful for the fact that being kind can get you saying things that you never thought you would
Cheers
get
to
in
that.
life. Yeah. Cheers to that, my brother. Cheers to that. So for me and Badu's story was just me doing my job. I was just being kind. I think it was in VIA. I can't categorically remember the club, but it was Mohit at the time. They had a concert they were doing, and I was a runner-up at Nigeria. So a runner-up is a guy that brings people for the presenter to interview.
Like a runner, basically.
Yeah, a runner. That's what I wanted to say. I say runner up. Sorry. So then I saw 3 guys. They were just standing. It was Olamide, Any Money, and Victor. And I went to him. I was like, "Yo, are you an artist?" He said, "Yeah, I'm an artist." I was like, "Come do interview." And then he came and they did the interview. And he was like, "Bro, you work at Nigeria, please let me have your number so that when
the
they're airing
plugins.
it, when they're airing it, I can call you can tell me, and that's how we exchange numbers. And when we got back to the studio, the producer at the time said he couldn't put Badu's part because at the time his face wasn't
really known.
Apart from that, he had pimples and stuff back then. So they were like, oh no, they're trying to get the fresh guy.
He's not fresh.
Yeah, it's not fresh. That was the story. And then 2-3 months down the line, the producer at the time got pregnant, so she went on maternity leave, and Kwame thought the best person to handle the show was me. Now, I had a responsibility I wasn't prepared for, and I didn't have any artist I was close to.
Right.
And then I remember that Badu had given me his number, so I called him up. I was like, bro, I'm powerful now. I can run I can run shit here. Come through.
Yeah.
You know, he came, and then we did the interview. I aired it, I sent it to him. He liked it. And every opportunity I had, I always invited him, and that's how we became friends. So he would leave studio sometimes. He would just come to meet me at the office. We would chill. I remember when he bought his first car, we learned how to drive together. You know, all those things. We became really close.
There was a bond.
Yeah, there was a bond. And when he became really, really big, boom, Baba just went.
And you were in his corner at the time.
Yeah, I was his corner. So he understood that I was a genuine friend. I wasn't a friend because he was famous or whatever. I just, we just kind of bonded. So when he had the opportunity to change my life, he called me, and that's how I got into management.
So people have said, because I want to talk about, Olamide a little bit before we move on to my next question. People have said a lot about Olamide.
Yeah.
What is he really like in person, away from the cam? What's his personality?
He's the most chilled, one of the funniest and happy fellows I've ever met in my life.
I've heard that.
Very, very happy fellow. And he understands loyalty. Olamide is the kind of guy that would ride for you regardless of anything that has happened before then. If he loves you, he loves you regardless. So
and
Olamide
he knows you're loyal.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy that he's calm, he's collected, he's nice, he's everybody's presence, but then he has his moments as well, as everybody would.
As a human.
He's a human being. Yeah.
So guys, if you'd love to be a part of this show, this is LinkUp on Echooroom. If you want to be a sponsor, a partner, or just send a token to us, send us an email at the details at the bottom of the screen. Now, I'm going to move on to another phase in your life.
Yeah.
How were you able to navigate coming from, being in the media space into a record label? Were you attached to YBNL at any point in your career?
Yeah, so I've always been a part of YBNL since the early stage.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've hung out with Olamide a lot of times, and Olamide has been able to handle business and also the music aspect. So it kind of rubbed off on me. So I had ideas, and I've had friends that are into, labels and stuff. So I kind of have ideas, but there was nothing practical.
Right.
So when Olamide called me to manage ASAKE, the first thing I did was go back to YouTube. I started watching videos. I started, work. Oh, how do I make this work? How am I going to sell the artist? How am I going to give a perspective that people would love and everything? Yeah. And one of the videos I watched, I've forgotten the guy's name, but he said the best and easiest way to do this is bond with the artist. And that was what I did. So the first 3 months, I spent all my time with ASAKE. I needed to know his good sides. I needed to know how he feels when he eats, when he doesn't like the food, when he's in a good mood, when he's in a bad mood. How do I talk to him? How do I express feel? I needed to learn all of that. And while I was doing that, I was also getting, teachings from Badu. Badu would say, oh, this is an artist.
From label side.
You need to do like this. You need to do like that. I needed to learn how to read contracts, because I didn't just want it to be in the hands of lawyers. I didn't just want to be a glorified houseboy or errand boy. I wanted to be the manager.
Yeah.
So I learned how to read contracts. I learned how to, read situation, read rooms, how to get him in tough situations. It will shock you that I've Googled how to get your artist out of a crowded environment.
Right.
Like there were weird things that I was always,
because there were situations that would come up,
of course.
and you wanted to know how to handle the crisis.
Bro, that didn't just come up to me. It happened to me when we went to Akumojo and we couldn't get Asake out of the place. It was crazy. When we finally did, we got into the car. I just did like this. Bro, my wristwatch was gone. My necklace was gone.
Like, and you had no idea how it left?
I didn't, bro. It was when we were in the car.
Oh, boy,
like,
you're bad.
I'm like, what happened? So I'm like, now I don't want this to happen to my artist because if it happens to him, the blame is going to be on me, even if I'm there or not. So I started thinking of how to
manage
do all those stuff. And then I realized that, all you need to do is create 3 circles of security guards and all that. So it was a lot of study. It was a lot of intentional, I was very intentional about it.
Right.
And yeah, that kind of helped us a lot. So yeah,
that's speaking of being intentional, I want to move on to your artist.
Yeah.
The one everyone knows you were with, and you managed. You managed Asake for quite some time. How did you meet Asake? Because I have a little backstory of, knowing him, understanding him a bit before he got signed to YBNL. I knew how calm he was, how good he was, still is, his temperament, his persona. How did you meet Asake?
So I used to be in the media space. So I didn't know him personally. I've never met him. Even though, of course, we've played his video, heard his song and stuff, but I've never met him before. And it was a fateful day. I still remember clearly. It was on a Sunday. And Olamide called me. I was like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, I just got back from church, chilling. I was like, oh, come to the studio. I'm like, okay. And then I pulled up and there was Asake. He was recording in the studio. Then he was doing... Trabaye. Yeah, he was recording it. And he was like, bro, I want you to manage this guy. I was like, wow, okay. I believe you can do it. Let's do it. I'm like, okay, no problem. So that was how I met Asake. And then I told him, I was like, bro, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up? How you doing? Oh, my name is Steven. Badu said me and you were going to be working together. I was like, oh, cool, no problem. Yeah. And that was it. That evening, Badu had like a get-together. We all hung out. Yeah. And then we met. The next day, I linked up with Asake. And then he went to the studio and then I saw him record. And the first thing that came out of my mouth, I was like, bro, you're world famous. Because I saw a different guy from...
It was at that point.
Yeah. I knew I had the gold in my hand.
Yeah.
So I knew I needed to be serious. I knew this was a project that is going to change our lives. So yeah. And that was the moment I knew I needed to sit up. That was the moment I knew I couldn't let this guy go. That was the moment I decided to do a lot of study, to know that, I need to bond with him. And so far, so good. It went well. So that was how I met Asake, and that was how we kind of...
So basically, you're telling me right now that your intuition was good enough for you to know at that point that this guy is worth betting on.
Of course, 100%. The first time I met him. No, the first time we had a personal, when we went to the studio, me and him, personal, that was when I knew that, this guy is going to be...
So how was, in your experience, being in the industry and being a gatekeeper, how would you say managing an artist like Asake? How has that been?
I think it's been beautiful. It's been amazing. It kept me on my toes for the longest. It kept me away from my personal life. It kept me away from things that I hold dearly, which is my family. Bro, I love my family to death, but that kind of take me away from it. So managing Asake actually put me on a pedestal where I had to think every single day. I needed to come up with different strategies. I needed to make sure his mental state was stable because a lot of people just say, oh, he's blowing up. Oh, he's famous. They don't know.
Worrying about what's happening up here.
There's a lot going, bro. You're in a situation where everyone is screaming your name. People are screaming, oh, they want to touch you. Bro, you're human.
At the end of the day, right?
Yeah, you're human. And then you're wondering, you're like, is this going to be forever? Or one day these people just wake up and say they don't love me anymore.
Because the attention span of the average fan is...
You get me? And this thing was happening so fast. We didn't know what was happening. You get me? It was crazy, my bro. We would finish a show and then we'll get back to our hotel room. For 2-3 hours, we won't sleep. He'll sit on the bed. I'll sit beside the bed. Sometimes we don't even know what to say. He'll be like, bro, what just happened? I'm like, if I had an answer, bro, I'll tell you.
If I talk.
Yeah, I don't know. So that kind of kept us on our toes. That kind of made me lose sleep, you know? And yeah, bro, I don't even have words to put. I don't think there's anyone who's experienced what I experienced because, bro, it happened so fast. I wouldn't say we had a format. We had something or someone we're looking up to.
There's a blueprint.
Yeah, thank you. That's the word. I don't think there was a blueprint. It was strange to us. I was just coming into the management field. I know nothing. And he's just blowing up.
You were learning on the job.
So, yeah, on the job. So we're making loads of mistakes and we're correcting them in the next venture we go on. So, yeah, it was a lot, my bro. Managing him was a lot.
You mentioned your family and, you know, it's quite evident that family is everything to you.
Bro, it's a lot to me.
Being married for 9 years, you have kids, you're building something with your family while also building something, you know, career-wise with ASAKE and YBNL.
Yes.
How were you able to find a balance?
I didn't have a balance.
So what happened?
I am not good at multitasking. I'm not going to sit here and say I was perfect at it. I wasn't. I made a lot of mistakes with family. I was focused on building a life for them that I kind of missed out on, you know, saying things that a father should, you know.
Be there for.
Yeah, be there for, which is a good thing, you know. And they are going to bash me for this, but...
It's a safe space.
Yeah, it is a safe space. The truth is, I see a lot of times people want so much money that they think that everything is just about money. I mean, I pray for everybody to get to that level.
Right.
But when you finally do...
Some things matter more.
My bro, honestly. Bro, when I was working, I think at Nigeria, my salary was 50K. When I moved, I was collecting 200,000. You know, I thought if I had a lot of money, I'll be able to
handle it.
Bro, the things that mattered to me just didn't matter anymore. I had so much money. The house that I was looking at, when I had the money to buy it, the car that I thought, if I get this car like this, my bro, I could just wear big shades, put one hand for the steering like this. Day traffic did not my head. Bro, when I even had the money, the car wasn't even my taste anymore. You get, so there were a lot of things that I thought I wanted, and when I had the opportunity to have them, they didn't matter anymore. The only thing that mattered to me was my family.
Right.
And I needed to build a life. It took me a while to realize.
To get it together.
Yeah, it took me a while. Bro, the life was fast. I was in Miami every other weekend. We're seeing all the fake asses. We're on the yacht. Bro, you know, ASAKE is a very private person. You know, we're staying in expensive hotels. We're staying in skyscrapers. It was a beautiful life. But at some point...
Your family.
Yeah. It didn't matter to me. I'd come home, the most I'll be at home, maybe 5 days. Sometimes I'll just tell ASAKE, bro, I might just rush go out. So like, oh yeah, sure, bro. I'll go home. And I was talking the other time, I said, by the time I go home, my wife had turned to a man. A lot of people thought I was, you know, but now I have a chance to clear that. So my wife became a man. Now, this is what I meant when I say my wife became a man. She took care of the house. She became the man of the house. And for her to get things done, she had to raise her voice.
Tap into a masculine energy.
A masculine energy. And you know how it is. I live in a house where people would come, an artisan would come and say, they would talk on the phone, oh, this thing will fix it 5K. When they come to the house, madam, no, it's 12,000. You know, so she had to step up. She had to, and I was seeing all these things, but because I was making money,
it wasn't.
I thought, yeah, money will fix all of that. And then one time, they came to meet me. My son didn't know me, so yeah, all these things started hitting me in my private times. Like sometimes I'd be like, okay, Steven, you've done so well. How did we do today? You know, I always do that. Maybe once a week or maybe after 3 days, I'll sit down and evaluate everything I did.
Self-checks.
Yeah, self-checks. So when I do, and then that one started hitting me that, my pikin don't know me. She can't have money I define like this. you know. So then I started thinking of how to create a generational wealth so I don't have to keep chasing. I don't have to hustle. Everybody wants to hustle. I don't want to hustle, my bro. I want to be chilled, enjoy my family, and let money work for me. So I started thinking of all of that. I started thinking of how to make my life better. Bro, I want to chop life.
Right.
You understand? But I want to eat it at my pace.
Not at the detriment of what matters.
Thank you. Exactly. So all those things started, flowing in my brain. And I thought it probably comes with age. I started thinking about all that. So that kind of helped me to start investing, stop spending excessively on things that didn't matter.
Right.
And all of that. So yeah. What was the question again? Plus, I don't talk to my. I'm getting emotional.
It's fine. In essence, I'm gonna segue into another aspect of what you just said.
Yeah.
Family is everything.
Bro, it is
awesome.
Yeah.
However, you mentioned the fame, the money, the yacht parties, the beautiful women, whether fake or real.
Yeah.
What's that like coming from your perspective? Now, the artist's perspective is different.
Yeah.
You as a manager.
Yeah.
How are you able to keep everything under wraps? How are you able to, keep the artist away from negative spotlight?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to the negative part, the artist and the management.
Yes.
How are you able to stay grounded and keep your artist grounded, most especially knowing that you have a family and the artist also has
a family? So
a family.
Yeah. So one of the first things I did was to quit smoking and drinking. I needed to be sober. I needed to be clear-headed.
Stay sober.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. This is just soda.
No ado.
Yeah. So one of the first things I did was to stay sober, clear-headed. I needed to always study the environment. Before Asake went into any place or do anything, I go there maybe a couple of hours before.
To vet.
Yeah, to vet. I always do wrecking every now and then. And I always make sure that there's one security that, doesn't send anybody, So how I was able to keep things in order is that I was in order.
Right.
And at certain times, I always whisper into his ears, bro, eyes are on you. A lot of people are watching. A lot of people. So he on his own understands these things. So he's always very calm. He doesn't do a lot. He's moderate. When he's in a public space, he knows how to handle his liquor. He doesn't do too much. And he keeps his calm. And me, on the other hand, I'm always... my eyes are always moving around. I'm always checking out for different scenarios. And yeah, that was how I was able to handle such situations.
So apart from family.
And then we also have NDAs as well.
NDAs?
I have it on my phone.
So the girls?
Yeah, I mean, what's a party without the girls,
Why would you party with just dudes? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, what's a party without the girls? And we always have NDAs. I have it on my phone. So
and they were willing to sign?
Of course.
No phones?
No phones. I mean, no phones.
So it's true what they say about artists, security management. They tell them, hey, put your phones in the bag.
Yeah, bro, because the truth is, social media is so funny that they would only pick stuff out of context. If a girl randomly makes a video, they're not going to post the entire video. They're going to cut the part that is really interesting. So you want to avoid all of that. And trust me, you work so hard, so why can't you party hard? And sometimes these scenarios, these parties kind of bring some recording moods. He could party and be like, I want to hit the studio, So yeah.
You don't want nothing leaking on the internet.
Yeah, we don't want any of that. We want to enjoy the moment and not have to record it.
Speaking of, have you ever been in any situations, even with the NDAs, with the phones being tucked away or putting them in the case or whatever the case may be? Have you guys had any issues where you had to be like, yo, we got to pay somebody, any issues?
No, we haven't had any of that.
I mean,
we're good guys, bro.
Yeah, sure?
Yeah, we didn't really do anything that shouldn't be in public.
So you guys ever run into Diddy?
Funny enough, yeah, bro, we went to a Diddy party, but we didn't enter.
Why? What happened?
So by the time we got there, I think somebody had an accident. Yeah, somebody hit a woman. So I think, yeah.
At the party,
someone crashed someone. So the cops were there and all of that. And Asake was like, bro, let's just go.
Holy waka.
The DDO wants his head, no day in the right sense, because he was trying to sort all that. Yeah, let's just go. So that was how we didn't.
But what do you think
But
about?
we were at the gate. We went there. We heard the music and everything.
You guys were pumped.
Bro, we was ready to have fun.
But did you guys have any situations where it was like, yo, pull up at the crib, just come hang out,
No, the only person we had that with was Chris Brown.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it went well. We're in the kitchen, we're just chilling, gisting, girls around, everyone just...
No collaborations?
No. So, I'm sure a lot of you... No collaborations. A lot of you saw the video where Offset came to ASAKE.
Yeah.
And they were exchanging numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on the hallway.
Oh yeah, it was a kitchen. Odumodu was there as
Okay.
well. It was a crazy scenario. We didn't expect that to happen. We were just chilling, and then he just walked up to us. Oh, you're the guy from Africa. Yeah, you're the big out. Let me have your number and everything. But
I ain't asked for number.
yeah, he asked for number. But Asake wasn't ready for that. One of the things that has helped Asake is the fact that he stayed grounded. Yeah, he wanted to, understand the American market before he jumps into it. And now he's done that, and boom, he wants to be there.
So tell me about the success of Asake's O2 performances. Because it's had like, what, 3, 4?
2 performances.
I mean, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Sold out.
Scary, bro.
How was that?
Bro, so the first time we wanted to do stuff in London, Badu actually brought the initiative. He said he thinks that the UK market is a good ground for Asake, and then he said he gave me Smade's number and asked me to call Smade.
Shout out to Smade.
Yeah, shout out to him, the OG. And then he called Smade, and I called Smade, and Smade was like, oh yeah, nice. Oh, Asake, send me his music. I did, and said he was doing ground promotions and stuff and all that. I called him again, he said he was doing ground promotions. But Badu was not willing to wait. Badu was like, you know what, I'll connect you to someone else. And then he connected us to Tunde Phoenix. And Tunde Phoenix was like, okay, yeah, he's gonna.
Was that the guy he was having issues with?
Yeah, that's the guy that had issues. Yeah, he had issues with.
So let's talk about that.
The issue.
Yeah, what's the story behind that?
But was there really an issue?
You tell me. I mean, you're the man behind the scenes, right?
Bro, so the thing is, yeah, people handle things differently.
Okay.
I think Tunde was handling it the best way he thought he would handle the situation. The business he had with Asake was between him and Asake, and how he decided to lash out was between him and Asake. I wouldn't say... I know a lot of Nigerians would think that I've seen Here to Lie, but there's always a story to a story. I wouldn't say I have 100% idea of what happened, but I would say Tunde expressed himself the best way he could, and yeah, I'm doing it the best way. I mean,
people say there's no smoke without fire.
Oh, right? My bro, there are smokes without fire, my brother. Don't worry.
Because the way Tunde Phoenix was going hard, on the gram, just taking jabs. I mean, don't you think that kind of dented Asake's image? Because everyone knows he has no controversy. The boy is always doing his own thing. Like you rightly said, he's a private guy.
Yeah.
Don't you think that may have dented his image in a certain way?
So, at the time that was happening, I was back home in Nigeria. Asake is in LA. So, what I felt off social media is that Asake kept mute. He didn't say nothing about it.
Which was good.
Yeah, Tunde was the one that went off on him. He was able to keep his calm. And Tunde, on the other hand, too, was able to express himself, how he felt. And I think he got that out of his system and felt better. Sometimes you just want to vent.
Let him vent.
Yeah, and if you don't do that, it will eat you up and all of that. And he thought the best way to do it was to come out. And he did that. and went away with it. Asake, on the other hand, didn't respond, went ahead to put out music and still got the numbers, still got people talking about him. So I think everyone got what they deserved. At the end of the day, Tunde was able to lay out of his system. Asake, on the other hand, was able to put out music and still get people vibe to it. So yeah, in the end, everyone got what they deserve. And me, on the other hand, I was able to spend time with my boys and my wife. And the rest of the team, everyone were able to do things that they thought was important at the time.
Awesome. Once again, guys, if you love to be a part of this show, if you love to be a sponsor or partner, make sure you send us an email at the details at the bottom of the screen. Now, I'm going to move over to you as a manager.
Yes, sir.
I'm loving this conversation we're having right now.
Thank you, my guy.
What does it take? Because looking at Asake's brand, what he's doing, what he's done so far, looking at him when, he had the song with Yemuli and all that, you can see the trajectory.
Yes.
Everything looks intentional.
Yes.
I wouldn't say looked, because still till date, looks intentional.
Yes.
What does it take, to put the image together, to put out the right song, the right budget? What does that take?
I think it takes insight. It takes insight.
Foresight?
Yes, foresight. It takes the ability to want to grow. Not staying in a position for forever, wanting to do better than you've done. So, like I was saying earlier, when we had dropped the first album, which was a smash, the second album, it was crazy, and then Asake went into, after he won the Eddies Award, he came back to Nigeria and said he wanted to work with SARS. We went to meet SARS, and trust me, it was a different Asake. It was different. That was when he recorded Worldwide, and then he recorded Wave. No, it wasn't. No, Wave was with Magic Sticks. That's when he did what's the song with Happiness, you know. So and then I was like, I think this is the next level. This is different. This is crazy. He had recorded all the songs, and one day we were chilling. I think he called us to his house. I was like, you know what? Today he just wants to party, and also let's have a meeting. And then he said that these songs that he's recorded, he doesn't think.
He's not sure.
Yeah, he not like he wasn't sure. He said, I don't think my fan base is ready for this kind of music.
This sound.
I was like, bro, what are you saying?
What are you talking about?
You've got one of the craziest set of fans. They're ready to digest anything you give them, and taking them top notch, bro, it's just gonna break the camel's back. It's like, no, I don't think we should do that. Let's just, and then the other guys as well, AK and One Bang, they were like, yeah, let's just, I was like, bro, I no agree. I no agree, because one of the things that people respect you for is the fact that you've been able to grow in a short period of time. So why don't we just keep growing?
Just showing them that growth.
Yeah, as to us just going back to doing what they already know you're
capable of doing. Comfort zone.
And then it was like, okay, you know what? I'll talk to Badu. And then he spoke to Badu, sent the songs to Badu. And Badu was like, yo, bro, let's do it. And that was how he called P Prime, went into the studio, and boom, Lungu Boy. Amazing stuff. So I think for me, as a manager, I was able to see ahead of our time where I wanted him to be, the kind of level I wanted him to attain at certain times. So I kept my brain working. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is conquered. How do we get to the next level? How do we do this? How do we do that? How do we make more money? Because when we were back home in Nigeria, it was easier. But when we got abroad, we were spending more money.
Gotta step up.
Yeah, the private jets were not cheap, my bro. They were not. Hey, Jesus.
I hear that.
Bro, the lifestyle is sweet.
The lifestyle course. Now you don't know.
Bro, not going through immigration, not standing in the queue. They just come into the plane, stamp your passport. They don't ask
VVIP.
They don't ask you too many questions, but bro, you was paying for it.
You paying for that?
Shout outs to the Davido, shout outs to the Burna Boys. bro.
Oh, love him do something.
Hey. So as a manager, that was how I was able to, you know, I always thought ahead.
To be honest,
always
man,
thought ahead.
I really need to congratulate you for
Thank
the
you, my
amount
brother.
of work I know personally that you've put into the ASAKE
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
And I can say for a fact that it's one thing for you to find an artist.
Yeah.
It's another thing for you to manage the artist.
Yeah.
It's another thing for you to take the artist to stardom, right?
Yes,
Because a
sir.
lot of artists are here in Nigeria, man. I mean, they're trying to make it out there.
Yeah.
And you guys have done well enough to the point where this is a global brand.
It is a global
ASAKE
brand.
is a global ambassador for Afrobeats.
100%.
And I congratulate you for that.
Thank you, my brother.
Now,
Thank
I
you so
want
much.
to talk about artist-manager relationship.
Yeah.
Also to include the record labels. We hear a lot of issues that go on with artists and their labels and the breakups. Artists have to change their names.
Yeah.
How has it been, you know, from your perspective, being able to manage all these and not to have a fallout eventually?
Yeah. So I think a lot of people go into music for survival.
Not the
want
passion.
Yeah, they want to survive. They want to take their family out of trenches. And the moment you take your family out of trenches,
What's next?
Yeah, and then you're no longer on survival mode. Then arrogance steps in. Then you're like, oh, wait a minute. I'm the one putting in all the work and these guys are, you know. So I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that artists would do. They will sign any contract because they are trying to survive. And the moment they are no longer in that mode, they act differently. That's when the real self comes out. So I would advise that artists don't chase music for survival mode. They should chase it because they are passionate about what they're doing or wanting to feed their fans music and sell a piece of them to the rest of the world. So I think that's what I'm just throwing that in the air. I think that would kind of help them in certain ways. And I think the audience are now understanding that these artists are also ingrates, you know, because the label put in a lot of money.
Ingrates.
Yeah, put in a lot of money to get your stuff out there. And
then
now you're
suddenly-
out there. Yeah. So I think for us, how we were able to, you know, stay away from that is that we bonded from the beginning when we really had nothing.
As guys.
Yeah, bro, me and ASAKE, we literally lived together. You know, we were together 24/7. I was responsible for what he would eat. He became very, very comfortable with me. You know, we kind of
Became a brother.
Yeah, we were brothers, more like it. You know, his pain was my pain was his pain. You know, we kept ourselves busy working, you know, planning the future together. You know, oh bro, if you do this, I'll do this. When you buy this car, I'll buy this car. You know, we kept motivating ourselves, you know. So I became a part of him. He became a part of me. So we kind of bonded. And every now and then we'll go and sit with Badu. And guess what? We're not talking about business. We're gisting. We're enjoying the moment. We're living life. We're probably going to the club or a strip club or whatever. We're just enjoying each other's company. So that kind of helped us, you know, bonded, kind of helped us look out for each other. And that's one of the strongest things that has kept us going. So even if the music is not going the way ASAKE wants it to go, he's able to talk to Badu. If ASAKE is acting a way that I don't think he should act, I'm able to talk to him and he's able to take corrections.
As brothers.
Yes, as brothers, because we were able to build that bond when we had nothing. So that kind of helped us project. We're all on the same page. It was easy movement. One person, if you ask me a question and I say it's A, if you go behind and ask ASAKE, it's telling you A. So people couldn't come in between. I wouldn't say things that I'm not comfortable saying behind him,
Right.
in front of him. So it was easy. It was easy sailing. So I think that was a relationship that we had. You know, and that's what was able to get us going.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Badu.
Oh, amazing guy.
From everyone I've spoken to in the industry, everyone has a great thing to say about
I'm yet to see.
him.
Yeah, I'm yet to see one person that would come and say things that Badu has actually done to them, not because they are hot. You know, when the person is hot, they say loads
From a
of
place
stuff.
of pain.
Yeah, they say a lot of things, but come out in your actual self and say, yo, you know what? I don't think this thing Badu did was right. Yeah, because sometimes people are quick to judge you when you don't satisfy their needs, when you don't meet their expectations, because they expect you to do certain
They
things.
expect so much.
Yeah, and then you don't give them what they expect. They feel like you owe them, you hurt them.
That's an entitled mentality.
Thank you. So I'm yet to see one person that would come out and say, yo, I was in business with Badu and I was cheated. You know? I mean, we've done certain things that, you know, and Badu would be like, this money's small. When I just take them.
Just do them.
You know, he made all the move, he did everything, and he'd be like, oh, you know what? When I just take them. Oh, you know what? Steve, I don't run you small thing. I'm like, this guy is still sending me money even after you changed my life. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing relationship we had. It was brotherhood. It was sweet. It was everything that a man can ask for.
Right.
That was why it was easy for me to move on without even remembering my family. I was overwhelmed. I was carried away with, you know,
with the love, with the fame, the money,
of course,
the attention.
I'm on video call with my kids, my wife. You know, it's going, but because where I was also going, you know, and I had the mindset of they are the ones I'm working for. You get me?
Right.
Yeah. So that was why I was just going and going and going.
And you're still going right now, man?
Yeah, I'm still going until I just
can't go
one
anymore.
day I just woke up, bro. I'm approaching 40, man. I just woke up one day and I'm like,
let me slow down.
Yeah, I think it's time. It's time I do things that I can control.
Right.
Because when I said ASAKE was too big for me to manage, I meant control. Like I couldn't call the shots anymore. You know, there were bigger brands involved. They were saying things, and I'll just keep
way
going.
above your pay grade.
Yeah, I'll just keep going like that. So I needed to
sit back.
Yeah,
and let things happen.
Yeah,
I love that. So what would you say is the greatest or best advice Olamide has given you?
Badu don't give me plenty of advice. So.
We go get one where we say, now this one you to use.
The thing is, Badu is just talking and he's dropping numbers.
Dropping gems.
I'm telling you, Badu is just dropping it. Badu don't tell me plenty things. So. But I think one of the fondest ones that he's told me is, bro, you see me now, I be orphan. One of the things you should never take for granted is the bond you build with your family. He told me this thing 2022, 23, but it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me, bro. Yeah, it didn't hit me because I remember when his mom died. That was when he said it. He said, bro, you see me, I be orphan. Nah, I don't get mama, I don't get papa. One of the things we should hold strongly is our family. Bro, like it didn't hit me then, you know, but
now you understand better.
Yeah, now I understand better. I think that would be the best advice he's giving me, to hold family tight. And me holding family tight now, my bro, see, I'm the level of peace I'm enjoying with my kids.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a dad, you know.
I don't
even have to explain.
Come on now, don't. Come on now, don't
they
let me
don't
get emotional right now.
See, all of you, my guys, that they are still eating your sperms. You people are missing. I swear.
They want to know.
I'm telling you, they're still eating it.
Stop letting them catch your future.
Please.
Man.
Please.
All right. So before I let you go, brother, it's been an awesome conversation with you.
Thank you, my guy.
Learned a lot from you. You're also one of my mentors, you know, in the industry.
Thank you, my guy.
I want to ask you. Let's talk about the influx of money that's coming to the industry.
Yes.
From the international labels.
Yeah.
What would you say that has been for the industry? Has that helped us? Has that been a blessing or a curse? Has that brought structure into the industry?
I would say that the influx of cash in the Nigerian entertainment industry is good and it's bad. Because, I mean, everything has positive and negative sides.
Right.
So on the positive side, it's been able to help differentiate those who are doing it for passion and those who just wants to live a lifestyle. You know, when you have so much money, it's hard for someone to advise you. It's hard for someone to
control
tell
you.
Yeah, control you and, you know, put you in the right direction. It's very, very hard. And when you don't have money, people can easily control you and all that. I think the influx of money in the industry has helped us create better sounds, you know, helped us project better videos, you know, for the rest of the world to see. It has helped it's giving jobs to a lot of people, quite all right. It's also helped music in terms of making it richer, using different
better sound
and all of that. I think it's good because it's helped people know that they can actually make things happen. If I put out good music, I'm going to make good money. Obviously, record labels are going to come to Nigeria, and I would say that, bro, I'm trying to put it in my head so I don't. I would say that it's good. Let me just put it that way, but it's also creating monsters.
Monsters.
Yeah, in my head, I was just trying to sample. I don't want to put it in a way where because I trust social media
just for the audience to understand better.
Because the truth is this Asake situation has put me in positions where I have to think properly before I talk, because people just take my words out of context. So forgive me if I was stuttering and all that. I was trying to pull I'm trying to pull words in my head. So I think that the influx of money has also created monsters. It has created people who no longer have value for, you know, the things that we hold dearly for our cultures and the likes. People just do what they like. They speak to people rudely. They think that because one label abroad has them, they can disrespect the people who are here before them. You know, so I think it's created monsters, and at the same time it's helped the music industry. People want to create better music and put better videos out there.
Awesome. Before we go, let's talk about your new artist.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. My guy.
Come on now. I got you.
Guy.
Let's talk about him.
Yeah, so Next T, according to him, he's been trying to reach me for a while. All the times I was with Asake, he's been trying to hit me up and stuff, and I didn't see it. And when me and Ashake's contract finally came to an end, So please, can I just use this opportunity to clear that?
Go ahead.
Please.
I'm sure the viewers want to hear that.
Please, me and Asake was still cool. We don't have beef. We don't have a problem. Asake is doing great. He's doing fantastic. Me, on the other hand, I just needed to, you know, be for the people that I care a lot. I said it all the time. I'm not greedy. I've made what I can make, and it's time for me to move on. Yeah. So they say 20 friends don't play for 20 years. You get me? And it has come to a time where I needed to fall back and re-strategize and work with someone. Like I said in the other interview that I did, I have been able to make couple of friends in international space thanks to Asake once again. So I can't even take him out of my story.
No, you cannot. You know? You're stuck.
Yeah, so it's now a laundry settings for me. Like I'll come back, wash, dry, and put out. So Next that I'm working with now is just another project, another person that I think would change his family's life. He would, you know, put Africa on the map, and this wouldn't be possible if Badu hadn't called me to manage Asake, and this wouldn't have been possible if Asake did not become a
I'm
massive.
believing you also.
Exactly. So what I'm doing right now is something that I would do again.
Right.
At some certain point, I'm going to leave Next and face on to the next guy.
Right.
You get me? So right now, Next is the guy I'm working with, and I kind of have a blueprint of how it works. I've worked with Asake. I understood how, you know, we do it in the studio. I understand the market. I understand what people want to listen and all of that. So that's what I'm putting on NXT right now. And thankfully, the boy is hungry. He's tenacious. Yeah, he's fire. His sound is crazy. On the 11th of July, his EP comes out.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
First EP.
Yeah. No, he's been around.
Okay.
So funny enough, he's got same story with ASAKE. They've even lived together.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't tell me.
That's crazy.
It was a producer we were working with in the studio, and then the guy was like, "You know, say NXT and ASAKE don't live together."
Being together.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Really?" And the guy said, "Baba, I just want blow."
Felt like deja vu.
Papa, I don't need to tell you all these things. Like, that's not my focus. I just want to put out my music. I just want the world to hear.
ASAKE has a story, and it's
yeah. I don't want to capitalize on that, because if I start telling that, oh, me and ASAKE were friends,
say whether,
something and all that. So NXT is tenacious, he's hungry, he's humble. I took my time to study him.
To vet him properly.
I looked for traces, and I would say for now he's hungry. He wants to show the world what he's got.
Until you start seeing those millions coming, I ain't gonna really know.
I told him, I said, bro, I was crazy for a bit, but I was able to come back to reality because I grew up in the barracks, and in barracks they always they know they wait for your mama to beat you before your neighbor will beat you. Right. So I was able to stay grounded, and I always wanted to do normal regular stuff. I still hang out with my friends of that year, and some of them will be greeting me, oh, baba. I'm like, bro, I still be your guy. It's just few zeros in the bank account. It doesn't change who I am, bro. I still they chop cocoa and akara for streets.
Yeah.
I swear that, bro, I park on the street and I eat it because I want to feel him. I want to feel like the regular self. Anytime I'm in anywhere else in the world, I don't find peace until I come back home. I love it in Lagos. Bro, at one time, I was spending $600 per day, Airbnb, staying close to ASAKE. Bro, if I did Nigeria 2 weeks, I never spend that money.
Damn. I got to drink to that.
Bro, I never spend that money. I did as a chill, my brother. Chilling.
But just they roll out.
Yeah, bro. Chilling. One of the reasons I told him, my bro, let me go back home.
Go back home.
Please.
Let me go back home. When nobody find me for streets.
Let me go back home. So shout out to NXT. The world is waiting for you, and yeah.
Awesome. I mean, come on.
Thank you.
I mean, we're ready for the next wave of, the Afrobeat talents out there, and like you've heard, the man on the seat right here, he said it all. And if you've had or gained value from everything you've heard, make sure you like, subscribe, share on all social media platforms. Stephen Nana,
my brother,
it's been awesome.
Thank you very much.
It's been awesome.
Brother.
I don't learn one or two from this our session.
My guy, thank you so much.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Yeah, so guys, if you've heard everything from the man himself, he's not just an artist manager. He is a manager of the cultural wave that lets you understand that success has to necessitate hard work.
Yes, sir.
I remain your host, Teddy A. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Hi guys, my name is STEVENATOR, Nana, and my new AK is Abacha. Right now, I'm chilling with my brother Teddy A on LinkUp, Echooroom. You already know what's up. Stay tuned, baby.